12:01. It is a Friday edition of the Oil Stream presented by Boston Pizza. Tom Gazzola, Reid Wilkins, ready to rock inside the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studios. Thank you, Hernan Salas, for getting us going. Lots to discuss on today's show. The Stanley Cup Final, Game 2 occurred. News that, it's very, very pertinent, obviously, and we kind of heard rumblings on Hello Hockey and other places that this could happen, and then Spec goes out there and with a great scoop and says the Oilers and Darnell Nurse are ready to break up. We'll discuss that, and we'll get to your texts and questions and thoughts. 780-218-9999. Get to the nasty chat as well if you're watching live over on YouTube. Of course, Boston Pizza, presenting sponsor of the Oil Stream. We highly recommend the lunch menu. They still have the playoff feature menu going on right now. If you're wondering what's on that, the playoffs haven't been happening for over a month, Tom. And we would say to you, incorrect. Oilers playoffs have been over for a long time. The rest of the NHL continued and continues right now. Stinger matzo sticks, loaded chicken shawarma fries, the MVP, most valuable platter, the triple play. You get the wing flight, Philly cheesesteak pizza, which I love. Chicken shawarma pizza, which is good. And the big Philly cheesesteak dipper, which I love. Love, love, love. Reid Wilkins, how are you?
Yeah, I just was double checking. I mean, as you know, when you're covering the season, the dates don't always mean anything. The Oilers did not play in May. I thought they got into May. They didn't.
Was it April 30th?
April 30th was the day they were eliminated. It's been a long time without Oilers hockey, and they don't have a coach.
They might not have a coach.
No coach in sight. They may start the year without a coach. Teams start without captains. Maybe the Oilers can start without a coach.
They got a lot of problems. Now, listen, they could solve some of these problems. They might not solve them to the fan base's liking. Some would say another dilemma has popped up, but basically heading into the deadline, you heard Jeff Merrick hint at Darnell Nurse potentially being moved. And I know that that's been discussed. We heard if he was asked to waive his no move last offseason. He said no to it. And then what we didn't know is, this is what we were told and what we discussed on Hello Hockey. We were told that it was something that Stan Bowman would be tasked with, is finding a new home for Darnell Nurse. How much I believe that, I don't know. I would have said 65, 70%. And then a couple of weeks later, I went to go say hi to Darnell Nurse, and he was cranky. And I'm like, okay, something's foul, because usually he's very chipper, upbeat, and willing to engage in conversation, at least in my decade plus around him since he's been an Oiler. And I'm like, that's unusual. You pick up little things, but you kind of brush things off like that. And then Spec with the Hammer article yesterday. Friedman and Bukaskis talking about it on 32 Thoughts. Baggio texting in, Tommy, Reid, interesting 32 thoughts on the coaching issue in Edmonton. What do you think of the theory? Just the theory. We'll get to that as well, Baggio. But the Darnell Nurse stuff has obviously caught everyone's attention. I think a lot of Oiler fans, I would assume, Reid, are encouraged by this thought of moving on from Nurse, his roller coaster ride of a style of play, game, body of work in the last couple of years especially, and on top of that, the $9.25 million AAV.
Mm-hmm.
When you caught wind of Spec's article, what'd you think?
Well, I mean, I agree with you that it's very definite. I mean, the headline, Darnell Nurse's time with Oilers running out. The first sentence, Darnell Nurse and the Edmonton Oilers are headed for a breakup.
Mm-hmm.
This is not really a spec piece from Spec. This is not speculation. This is not what if. This is not how could this possibly happen.
Right.
This is Spec saying this is going to happen. Not that he's going to be traded this summer, but that he's going to be asked if he would be willing to be traded this summer.
Right.
And then basically saying if he's not traded this summer, he'll be traded
next year.
next summer when the 10-team list actually kicks in. The 10-team note. So I guess he has a 21-team list that he could be traded to. And I mean, he's got the. I mean, I'm gonna say something here, and I want to be careful here because when stuff like this is talked about, there's stuff that is reported as fact. There's stuff that is speculated, and then there's stuff that I'm guessing on.
Yep.
And this is going to be Reid Wilkins guessing. Okay.
Thank you for making that clear.
I think one of Mark Spector's sources is Stan Bowman for this story.
I think you're probably right.
Bowman, I would think, told him stuff and said, you can't quote me or you didn't get this from me. Yeah. But Spec also says he has sources that they're going to be speaking in the coming days. I mean, Nurse's agent or someone in Nurse, or even Nurse himself could have said like, well, yeah, this is happening, but I'm not telling you anything else.
Yeah, he's got it.
So
he's got to have multiple.
So yeah, the fact that Spec has put this definite on it, so they're going to talk, and it appears that there will be discussion about waiving a no move clause this summer. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. I mean, we've been talking about this a lot over the last day here on the show. I heard Eric and JMO this morning as well, and somebody wrote in and said, the Oilers will not have to retain on Nurse. If you're asking me what I think is going to happen, and I don't know if you are or not, Tom, I think the Oilers will have to retain money. And I wonder if this is a situation where they flat out lose, in quotation marks, a Darnell Nurse trade in terms of the return. But they then have $7.5 million, let's say they retain $2, to go sign or trade for other players.
Which they need as much cap space as possible with the holes in the lineup and the lack of cap space that Stan Bowman and Jeff Jackson have put their team in this created.
But if you're retaining on a contract, you're retaining it for the life of the contract, not just for the upcoming season. Now, as the cap keeps going up, that will be a smaller and smaller percentage, but it's still dead money. I mean, look how the Jack Campbell stuff gets brought up all the time. Didn't they have James Neal until last year or the year before?
And they should have bought what they should have done. And I said it at the time, is buy out Mikko Koskinen and then hang on to Neal and then find a way to get rid of him.
But
anyway, they've had dead cap for so long, and it continues to plague this
Campbell's
this
still the summer of 2030. Now he's down, he's 2.6, then he's $1.5 million.
Yeah.
So this is an intriguing story. I wonder how Darnell Nurse feels about being an Edmonton Oiler. I really do.
I have my thoughts.
Yeah.
And perceptions.
I mean, it's interesting with these guys. Like, every athlete says, I love playing for the city I play in. And then most athletes, even some in some warmer American cities, then go somewhere else in the summer as soon as they don't have to.
Right. You get out of
a lot of Canadian NHL players are in the Kelowna area in the summer.
Correct.
Or wherever. And then during the season, a lot of them aren't really living here. They're playing home games and traveling the rest of the time.
That's right.
So it's an interesting dynamic there. Nurse has he's definitely. Now again, this is just my point of view, and a lot of people won't care about this because they're not doing what I do on a daily basis. Nurse has become more surly with the media probably the last 2 or 3 years, which is fine. That's his prerogative. I understand there's probably some of us he doesn't like. Maybe I'm one of them. Whatever. He can act however he wants. Yeah. I mean, I thought that interview he did with Gazdic a couple summers ago was quite telling. When he said, "I get blamed in Edmonton from the weather to the construction on Stoney Play Road."
Like, great quote.
He knows he's a lightning rod.
Yes,
he knows he gets thrashed. He knows how much money he makes. But I mean, there's audio of other players saying it to him on the. Wasn't there a guy in Minnesota who was like, "How'd you get 9.25?" So that I'm sure he gets that. Yeah. So I wonder, does he just think like, okay, let's just start over. We got close. We didn't win. Or is he thinking like, no, like this is my team. These are my friends. I'm not waiving my clause. When next year when you can legally do it without asking me for permission, or I gave my permission in advance, go ahead and do it. So I don't know. It's interesting, but the fact that it's coming up has to make him feel it can't be a good feeling, you know? It's like, you know, hey, Tom, are you sure you really like working here? Because I'm not sure you do. You could go look for another job.
Right.
And you're like, what? I'm not saying that, by the way.
You mentioned how he's surly, and that's definitely something that has changed in the last couple of years. I think it just wore on him, and his game did not get better. The noise, I think, quieted down at times and then would pick up. Obviously, it was results-based with him. But there was a noticeable change, at least to me, in his demeanor. And he's the kind of guy in my, 13 years being around Darnell since he was drafted. He's a peppy, happy-go-lucky, confident man who likes to shoot the breeze. And that guy isn't the one we see in and around the locker room anymore.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, we're guessing here.
That's my opinion.
He could just have reached the point where it's like, it doesn't matter how I act. I'm going to get crapped on no matter what. So why, get in there and do the minimum. Mm-hmm. And then, like we always say, we don't know what his attitude is like behind the scenes, or with his teammates, or anything like that. But this is a major move. And I'm going to say something I said on my show yesterday with Jay. This could be part of the natural progression of a franchise. I mean, like it or not, and I know some people who like to say everything about the Oilers is bad are going to be mad at me. But like it or not, this has been a very good franchise for 7 years.
Yep.
Making the playoffs 7 years in a row in the NHL is quite good. It's not. I mean, Vegas hasn't done it, but Vegas is going to have 2 cups soon. But nonetheless, this has been a pretty good era of Oilers hockey. They haven't got the big prize. They were in the final twice. Right?
This is the second best era of Oilers hockey.
Yeah, it really is.
It honestly is.
It really is. So, but that doesn't mean that things don't need to be freshened up. And certainly after this last season, things felt a little stale, a little uninspired. They're going to change the coach. Hopefully that'll make a difference. Maybe some of the players need to be swapped out. But here's what I said yesterday. The Oilers need a renovation, but they have to be careful it doesn't turn into a demolition.
That's a great way to describe it.
The kitchen maybe needs some new countertops. Maybe you need a new rug on the second floor.
A refresh.
But you have to be careful here that it doesn't completely get torn apart. Because then you're really probably not going to have McDavid, and who knows how some of the other guys will feel. So, that's if it's time for Nurse to go, I get that. I don't think he's a terrible defenseman, but I understand the frustrations with him. I mean,
he's not a $9.25 million. I'll agree with anybody and everybody that says that. He's not a $9.25
right, the offensive demand. I mean, and if he just focused on playing really solid and hard defense, and then made the occasional play, you'd probably be like, okay, well, yeah, he's making too much money, but he's really good at what he does. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he feels like he wants to escape, so to speak. I don't know if the Oilers can make a trade involving Darnell Nurse. And, I mean, what are you getting back? Some other weird contract?
That's what Spec suggested in the article yesterday. And is probably likely. If you can find a way to pluck somebody that another team doesn't want but ends up being a good fit for you, massive win. But that's a huge if. And as has been pointed out in the Nasty Chat already, and rightly so, do you trust this management team to pull that off? And I think the resounding answer is a no.
Right.
Given this management team's body of work over the last 2 off seasons, and that's Jeff Jackson and Stan Bowman together.
Right. Which, of course, yeah. And you talk about just fitting together, and that's been the thing here, right? Like the Oilers haven't assembled a roster where now again the Bowman is saying it was the coach, and some of the players over the years have hinted, well, you got to give guys roles.
And that's fair. Yeah.
So, that's
kind of,
it's
identified that.
It can be all a combination of things. But you look at the teams playing now, and really especially Vegas, now, like they just fit together. They all sort of are able to gel, right? Whereas the Oilers, it's kind of like, well, who's really, I mean, I guess, Putt Colson's been good. Like he's a guy that can play anywhere.
Yeah. He's a good top 9 forward.
Yeah. So, this is going to be really, really interesting. Does Darnell want to go? Is he going to be upset that if he's being asked to go? I don't know. I guess I'm wondering how an NHL GM approaches this conversation. Does he flat out? I mean, you got to be honest, but it's still awkward because it is contract stuff. I mean, Darnell can just say, "Oh no, sorry,
I'm staying.
There's my contract. I'll talk to you. See you in the fall." I guess if you're Bowman, you have to say, Darnell, next July 1st, you'll give me a 10-team no trade list. I will. I promise you, I will trade you to one of the other 21 teams.
Yeah.
Would you like to do that now instead? I guess that's what you say.
Part of me chuckles because I'm thinking, I wonder if Bowman will even be around for that. But that's just me being me.
Well, that's a good point. I mean, I think this is Bowman's last stab at success here in Edmonton, too.
I think the only thing that saved his ass this offseason is the fact that this is not the right time to completely blow up and implement a new management team.
Well, I think, probably what saved him is that he could say this wasn't my coach. And that there are legitimate things about Knobloch you could question or criticize.
I'm laughing and snickering at that because there's so many layers to this where I'm just going, yeah, sure. Okay. And you think of you and I can discuss off mic, but off the air as well. But anyway, that's a good point. That's valid. All right, have your say. Text us 780-218-9999. Get into the nasty chat over on YouTube. If you would like, in regard to the news that came out yesterday via the Mark Spector article, that it's likely that the Nurse era is coming to its conclusion in Edmonton. Andrew, the accountant, we're going to start here, says the Oilers haven't won a thing with this core. Maybe a shakeup is exactly what this team needs. If they can get anything back of value for him and not retain too much, then it's a win. And then says, because the pro scouting has done an awesome job finding players that fit with this team.
Well, they did make a change there.
They did make a change.
Kurt Hill's in charge of that now.
Yep. I personally have faith in Kurt Hill, but this is on a whole different level.
Yep.
Mike outside of Edmonton. Valid question. Mike outside of Edmonton asks, who replaces him on defense?
Yeah, well, this is the thing. Internally, nobody. This team's... I cannot say enough how poor the prospect system is. The prospect pool is. Sorry.
Valid.
It's actually frightening.
Valid.
Like, go look at the Condors roster. It's not a lot of help.
Nope.
Certainly not a lot of high-end help. So, yeah.
Or ready-made help.
Right.
Valid.
So there's nobody ready to step up and be Darnell Nurse, or whatever you might need on the back end. At least that I see. He's
like a 4 on a great day defenseman and generally a 5-ish. Timber Woodsman says, I don't trust this management team to buy the right Gatorade. It's body armor now, but touche. Point taken, Timber Woodsman. Good text. Jay Cerner says, yeah, but if Kurt Hill keeps all the scouts, is it really progress? I don't know if they're giving Kurt carte blanche to pick the scouts, because there have been pro scouts and amateur scouts that have been brought on by different management teams that are still there. So I'm not sure. I don't have an answer for you, but I think that's also a valid question. I think Kurt Hill will have like a lot of say and more persuasion, and will accumulate the information the scouts give him, and we'll have to utilize that to make a decision and pass on an opinion to Bowman and Jackson. It's good. And again, like they have 5 AGMs. Like it's silly. But this is the hockey world we live in now. Library Pat texting in. Reid, your renovation analogy is apt. Knowing how home improvement projects often go, you often encounter unanticipated speed bumps along the way. Very on brand for the Oilers. Also, Tommy with the intentional top 9 pods characterization. Speaking of on brand. Haha. Library Pat. Yes. He's a good top 9 NHL forward for the Oilers. He's been a good top 6 forward. And I recognize and appreciate that. Speaking of home renovations, my ceiling in my kitchen is being fixed right now.
Oh, congratulations.
The hot tub leaked.
That's still going on, eh?
Yeah, finally it's going to be done. They're doing the, not spackling or stucco, but the texturing. It's been a long process, Reid, very frustrating. And the hot tub, thankfully, has been fixed as well on the amenities floor. I've never once used it. I blame Mowanek because he loves the hot tub.
So you're right underneath the hot tub?
It's pretty damn close to my unit, yeah. And
why'd they put the amenities floor in the middle of the tower?
I don't know. It's a great build. I love the building. Like, it's not perfect or anything, but it's a very cool modern building, and it has, and the build, I'm not going to go too much into it, but the builders, I think it was their first high rise, and they screwed some stuff up. But it's been fixed. A lot of it's been fixed, good. And growing pains, aging. You need renovations, like a home or a hockey team, as we've alluded to. Let's go to a couple more texts here. Mike from Newfoundland. Would Nurse and half his salary get UPL out of Buffalo? Ukka-Pekka Luukkonen. I don't know if they'd want him on that blue line.
Buffalo.
They have a good defense core already.
Yeah.
I know they need to move on from a goalie, likely, because they have a plethora of them, let's say. I know
weird
really
position. Didn't have the goaltending. They clearly inferior goaltending compared to Dobish in that series.
That is true.
Though I know it was a good story most of the year, right?
Yep. Jason in Leduc, I see your text. I will not read your text.
Oh, geez, can I see it?
Yeah, it's this. It's political, but it's funny. And it's good. I kind of agree.
That is funny.
Jason, I just want to acknowledge it. Jason Leduc, well done, sir. Troll chiming in says, I'd love to see Nurse gone, but I can't see any other team wanting him. His offense isn't great. He's not good in his own zone. He doesn't hit or fight people much anymore. Plus, his contract sucks. He's like the opposite of Kulak. Okay, in the regular season, but then takes a step or two down in the playoffs. And thanks, Troll, for the text. Like, I understand. There probably would be other teams interested, but there'd have to be concessions made by the Oilers.
Yes, probably.
His offense not being great, I would probably disagree with, because he gets you about 30 to 40 points a year. He'll score 5 to 10 goals.
Yeah, and he's not on the power play. Like that's the weird thing. I criticize his offense, but he gets points.
He does.
Most of them are 5-on-5.
Yeah.
I think it's the frustration I have is how many plays that die when he carries the puck in. And like there's a long cycle, and then he decides he's going to be the one to shoot, and it's a low percentage shot.
And that shot, sadly, and enough times that you're like, oh, he's going to do it again, goes high and wide and goes all the way around, and it comes back the other way. Sometimes the other team scores on that.
Right.
The old high and wide rim, and you basically break it out for the other team, sometimes creating a odd man rush against. The not hitting or fighting people, yeah, that has dwindled, hasn't it? I think when he wants to engage, he can be that mean Darnell Nurse that we saw earlier in his career. And the contract sucking 100%.
Right.
So thanks for the text, troll. I'm still laughing. And then Chet Palmer's brother-in-law. You know that guy?
My goodness. Well, I've heard of him.
Yeah. Saying, hey, that sounds like Paul Coffey's providing information to reporters. Paul Coffey is very open about his feelings. Just ask him about anything and he'll tell you. He doesn't hide much. But I don't know if he's the one providing information to reporters. He might be, but
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, he'll tell you how he feels. Off the air, I could tell you a great story about when he came back and what he said to me. And I was just like, oh boy, here we go. If you see me at Kelly's one night, ask me. RCN, hello RCN, says Wallman steps into that spot, then they need a third pair D making less than 9.25. That's kind of a logical look at it. And then adds, probably could have sent Nurse to Pittsburgh for Jari, plus they didn't already screw that up. Yeah.
Isn't Wallman as frustrating as Nurse?
It's a good point.
I mean, sorry, everybody.
It's a good point. It's a good point. Raider Jesse. Hello, Raider Jesse. Lots of text coming in, by the way. I am a notorious non-Nurse fan, but there's absolutely interest in Nurse. If he got power play time, his production would increase. He also doesn't miss games and plays a lot of minutes. We're looking at a soft return, if no retention. Raider Jesse. That's a good point. Hontorio Momes texting in. Boys, people have lost their mind. Nurse is a top 4 D-man all day long. Seth Jones was not a $9 million D-man when he got traded. I'm not comparing them, but he got a starting goalie and a first-round pick. You can't just give Nurse away. The Oilers have to stop making diminishing trades. Hello, Eberle, Strome, Spooner. I feel like he should move on, but the way people are bashing him and want to just give him away is brickhead fandom. Now, the giving away and the eating, like the giving away thing, I think, well, you know what? I'm going to start this again. I agree that I think there is an interest in Darnell Nurse. The price point is a issue.
Right.
And I'm sure there are a few teams out there and GMs that are thinking, if we just get him into a new environment with a new team and do not put the weight of the world on his shoulders, maybe start him in the middle pair, they should have a usable, functional defenseman, somewhat reliable. Maybe he doesn't have to play 21 minutes a night, and they might get some decent play out of him. But at $9.25 million, I think I don't know what team is straight up going to take that on, unless it's a straight up salary dump trying to get to the cap floor.
Right.
Who's in that situation right now?
Yeah. I don't know.
I'd have to look at Wikipedia. Portions of this hour brought to you by Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen Studio. Or just Popeye's Louisiana Chicken.
Well, they're sponsoring the studio, Tom.
Thank you. I always jumble that up. Take a trip down to Popeye's, any location, hit up the $5.99 big deal. That's a pop. That's fries. That's a chicken sandwich and a biscuit. Or instead of the chicken sandwich, you can get a couple of chicken strips, and they're big, they're breaded, and they're filling. That's for $5.99. That's the big deal. They also have the big sauce combo, $9.99. 3 of those juicy chicken strips with some fries and some dipping sauce. Go see Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen. Delicious as always. And we're inside the studio today. Reid and Tom with you. Text us 780-218-9999. Get into the nasty chat as well. A lot of discussion about Nurse. We'll park that for now. I'll go back to what Baggio had sent in earlier when Baggio asked about Friedman's theory on Edmonton's coach. Here it is, Cole's notes. We're not playing the audio. I saw some people saying play the audio. No, we're not. Elliott's theory, and he made it very clear it was his own, is what if Edmonton goes and gets a coach just for 1 year?
I don't even understand how that would work.
Neither do I. But just for 1 year, and they wait for Bruce Cassidy's contract to expire with the Golden Knights. It was a thought, okay? It was an exercise. He called it his own theory because obviously this Cassidy thing, and they alluded to what Bill Daly and Gary Bettman said in their press conference, where basically they said Golden Knights are well within their rights to keep doing what they're doing.
Right.
And they just might. So it was just a thought from Elliott. What if you go you hire a mercenary coach for a year? And Kyle brought it up like the Golden Knights did with Tortorella, who we'll see what happens with him after. And
he's going to get extended, won't he?
I would think
How do you not bring him back?
I think it would be hilarious if they said, thank you for the Stanley Cup. Deuces, buddy. We're going to go bring in the guy down in Henderson.
You cost us a draft pick, so.
And $100,000, which is, not much for a professional franchise like that in the NHL. Anyway, it was just a thought. Like, who would want to come here for just a year? And if that were to be an option that was even entertained, wouldn't that be counterproductive to trying to keep everybody together? Like, you bring in a coach, he's a hired gun, and all he knows is he has 1 year. And this might be the most crucial year of the McDavid era in Edmonton.
Yeah.
What if Spit goes sideways?
Yeah, I don't understand.
It was just a theory.
Because Elliott said it. It makes me wonder where it's coming from.
Yeah.
But I also wonder who's going to be hired for 1 year.
Well, we're going to get a million names thrown at us.
And be specifically told. Like, I'm just trying to think of the weirdest thing that could happen. We're like, what if Bruce Cassidy announced, I will be the head coach of the Edmonton Oilers, and the Oilers have announced, sorry, Vegas, well, okay, we're hiring him, and he's agreed to it, and we're going to announce this, and you can leave him there for a year. And in the meantime, we're going to hire Coach X for 1 season.
Right.
Like, that would be the weirdest thing ever.
It's bizarre, and it feels counterproductive. And again, it's just a theory. It was an exercise, let's call it. And Elliott really emphasized it was a theory. And I said to you and Jay and Hernan in the conference room, I said, but if you do that, then by the time the conclusion of next year occurs, whenever that happens to be for the Oilers, Bruce Cassidy might not be the right guy, quote unquote, for the team in that moment that they're in.
Right.
So much can change, as has happened over the course of the last calendar year. So it's interesting. It's a fun exercise. We can discuss it. And Baggio brought it up and asked about it. I just think that would be a weird method to attack this dilemma that the Oilers are in right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know how they would approach that.
Yeah.
And then if the coach is really successful, it's like, oh, yeah, remember we said you can't keep coaching? Sorry. We're going to bring in someone else. I don't know.
And then I said to you, again, I understand the lust and desire for Bruce Cassidy from an Oilers standpoint, but I said, is he even the right guy? Are we sure he's the right guy?
Well, and
or is it just everybody's fixated on it?
Then is the shine off Cassidy because of what Tortorella's doing?
And that's another interesting wrinkle in all of this.
Now, again, you're bringing in Cassidy for an immediate burst. It did go pretty well for Cassidy at the beginning in Vegas.
I'd say so. They won.
So, yeah, it's that was interesting speculation from Elliott. I guess that's probably happened somewhere where it's like, oh, this guy's going to be a coach. But wouldn't that be? I'm trying to think. Like, I know there have been interim coaches, but wouldn't they have all been filling in for someone like in this situation where it's like, hey, you're only going to coach for a year?
Yeah.
Where it's like,
how do you command
a suspension?
the room?
I mean, didn't Sean Payton get a year suspension with the Saints?
Yes,
and then came back and coached the next year.
Yes,
maybe illness or guys taking time off or something like that. Like to actually say you have a 1 year contract to coach an NHL team. That would be strange.
Ontario Mom says, why wouldn't the Oilers just hire all of Bruce Cassidy's staff for him, slap an interim tag on his assistant coach, implement a system, and wait the year as a big FU to Vegas?
Yeah, it'd be weird.
Well done, Ontario Moms. And I'll sprinkle this on top. I don't know if his assistant coaches that he had in Vegas would even want to continue working with him.
So who's on that staff? Ducharme is there.
Ward, Dominic Ducharme.
Yeah.
And
I don't know who else they have.
The third one.
Well, Burke's the goalie coach still, right?
Yes, I believe so. Or did they move him up? But he is around, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
By all accounts,
that was Cassidy. That was Cassidy's staff.
It was pretty bad around there.
Right.
Belsey and I were told firsthand it wasn't good.
Yeah.
Something needed to change, and it did. Anyway. Troll says it sounds like an awful idea. Don't give the Oilers any ideas. Well, could you imagine them sitting in the boardroom at OEGHQ? It's like, what do we do?
Right.
I know. Let's bring in a guy for 1 year.
So here's the thing. Do you think they're fixated on Cassidy or they're just waiting? Do you think once the final ends, Vegas will say, okay, he's available for interviews?
I don't know. It feels like they aren't in the mood to allow this to occur and relent. Is it greasy? Is it petty? Yeah. Is it also within their rights according to the National Hockey League? Evidently. Is it frustrating? Yeah. But
well, it'd be frustrating for Cassidy. I mean, he's actually
and the Oilers, obviously.
And I know he's made millions of dollars coaching, but he's actually the one I feel bad for. He lost his job and he wants to work. He wants to execute his profession.
Yeah, he made that abundantly clear.
And who knows with him, like, what is he now? Is he 60?
I think 62? Did I get that right?
He is 61. He just turned 61.
Okay, my bad.
I mean, who knows? This could be his last gig coaching. I mean, he wants to probably coach 3 or 4 more years and then see how life is going. So I kind of feel bad. Do you know he was with the Jacksonville Lizard Kings? I just realized that.
Oh, I do now.
Yeah.
How did they do? What league was that?
That was the ECHL in 96-97. He coached the Jacksonville Lizard Kings.
Interesting.
Yeah, first full year he went 35-29-6.
Was he not the Capitals coach like 2 years after that?
No, not till 02.
02, okay. It wasn't
02 to 04 he coached the Capitals.
Got it. Duncan from Calgary chiming in, texts in to the inbox 780-218-9999 says, hey, fellas, what about moving Wallman? All this talk of Nurse, but would Wallman have any more value? Duncan in Calgary, what would you say?
Well, he's got a no trade, and he's earlier in the contract, right?
Yeah.
Like Wallman's new contract hasn't technically started yet. Starts July 1st, right?
Kind of like Chris Knobloch's.
Yes.
I think the thought is sound. Like, yep, why not entertain that? But they kind of tied their own hands behind their back on that one.
Yes.
Makes you think, too, with Wallman and how Detroit, although you can, with Detroit now and this Dylan Larkin stuff, and the Yzer plan not working at all, you can look at Steve Yzerman and go, what are you doing? And is he really a mastermind GM?
Right.
Because he had carte blanche in Detroit to make it happen. And it ain't working. And now Dylan Larkin wants out.
Yeah, how long has Yzerman been there now?
I think it's been like 8 or 9 years by now.
Is that? Oh, yeah, because it was before Tampa won these 2 cups, right?
He took them. He was the GM for them in, was it 14?
14 when they lost to Chicago?
15, pardon me. Yeah.
Or 15, sorry?
Yeah. 14 was LA over Jersey.
April 19th, 2019, Yzerman went to Detroit.
Or was it New York they beat?
Who? The Kings?
Kings. Who they beat in 12 and who they beat in 14?
I think it was Jersey first.
Jersey, then New York.
Or where was it? I don't remember. It's all a blur.
I know. Stanley Cup Final.
Yeah, so yes, 7 seasons for Yzerman in Detroit.
Tampa, Chicago.
Tampa, Chicago was 15.
Yeah.
So who was in 14?
L.A., New York.
So that was the Alec Martinez Game 5 overtime winner.
Yeah, and then 12 was New Jersey.
Right, okay.
And that was Pete DeBoer at the helm.
And wasn't that a rookie Adam Henrique on the Devils?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Where's he going to play this year? I'm just kidding. Stop.
Second line left wing on the Oilers.
Oh, boy. Nope. We'll leave that there. Okay. Anything else on this? Or do you want to hit on?
Oh, I can do whatever you want.
That's why you're the best. What did you think of the Larkin thing when you saw it?
Surprised. I mean, star player, captain, right? From that part of the world, is he not?
Believe so.
He's from Waterford, Michigan. It's a suburb of Detroit. I mean, basically saying, screw this. Yeah, I was surprised. That's a big player available. I thought, almost a point a game player pretty much every year. 60, high 60s to 70s in points.
Yep.
Skates well. I thought I think in the Olympics I heard is 3 points in 6 games, so not huge stats, but I thought he was one of their consistently best players.
He was instrumental on the game-winning goal in the gold medal game.
Oh, right, yeah. I thought he was very good for the Americans at the Olympics. Yeah. Good player. I mean, I think that's and what does he have left on his contract? A few years still, right?
Yeah. Preemptively, I don't know how the Oilers get Dylan Larkin, because people will ask.
Yep.
Do you have a solution to that?
No.
I have one.
What?
Nurse for Larkin, straight up.
Straight up. Well, maybe.
The deal is 1 for 1.
Fifth, he is the 6th leading scorer from the 2014 draft. Would you like to play a game? Who's ahead of him?
You like to play a game? From 2014?
Yeah.
Oh, that was Leon.
Yeah.
That would have been... no, Kachuk was 15. No,
Kachuk was 16.
Kachuk was 16.
The Puljujärvi year.
Puljujärvi.
No. Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Who else was 14?
So Pasternak, second.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody on the Leafs is third. He was taken 8th overall.
Marner.
Nylander,
sorry.
Somebody taken 79th overall, but the Lightning is 4th.
Kucherov is way before that.
Point.
Braden Point.
And then the player who went 2nd overall is 5th.
Bennett?
Reinhardt.
Oh, Reinhardt, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's a fun little activity. Larkin has more points than Ehlers.
Yeah, wasn't Ehlers kind of
Played
a
a few more
50
games.
to 60 point guy consistently, got hurt a bit in Winnipeg, and those are good players. They're effective players.
Yeah, all very good players.
What's Larkin's price point? 7?
Oh, hang on. I got to check.
Because Ehlers got 7 or 8.
All right, Larkin is at 8.7 until the summer of 2031.
Okay, that's
so he still has 5 years remaining at 8.7.
and Ehlers is 8.5.
Imagine if you could go Nurse for Larkin. That'd be incredible.
So you're saying there's a chance,
Well, others might have to retain something to balance it out.
right? Yeah, I don't like the possibility of that
Detroit
actually
blue
happening.
line is Seider, Falk, Sherratt, Bernard Docker, AJHL, Albert Johansson, and Axel Sandin Pelika.
Great name.
Yeah, long name.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. Let's play the numbers game brought to you by Play Alberta. When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. I swear it's worth it. You must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense. The series is tied in the Stanley Cup Final at 1 apiece.
Yes.
4-3 was the score last night in OT. Seth Jarvis, the hero. Those are some numbers on the numbers game. The series moving back to or going to Vegas. Split. Is that advantage Golden Knights, or do the Carolina Hurricanes have momentum? Or do we just anticipate this being back and forth until the 7th and deciding game, which I think is what will
I think
happen.
it's going to go back and forth. I think this is an incredible series so far.
Great back and forth.
I thought it might be good going into it. It's been awesome. I mean, this is just incredible theater to watch. Comebacks, and then yesterday you got the challenge, and then the penalty after that, and then the penalty in overtime was the penalty.
It's a penalty.
It was a penalty.
But there should have been a call prior to that. It doesn't justify Hurdle with the trip. I mean, we can abuse the officials all we want, and deservedly so.
Yeah.
But what'd you conclude from last night?
This is why they're in the Stanley Cup Final, because they can respond, because they're both good enough to crank it up against the top levels of competition. So what, Vegas, Carolina led the first game 2-0.
That is correct.
It ended 5-4 Vegas.
That is correct.
And then Vegas was up 2-0.
That is correct.
Yesterday. So we're going to see like these little runs. So Vegas had a stretch where they outscored Carolina 7-2. So it was 2-0 Carolina, then it was 7-2 Vegas. Then there's a stretch where it's 4-1 Carolina. So that's how it's going to go, back and forth.
Also, the bit of a parallel to game one where Ehlers scored the first 2 goals of the game to give the Canes the lead.
Oh, yeah.
Last night it was Howden scoring the first 2 goals.
Howden's like their Pisani, eh?
He's got 13.
At 12 in the right? His shooting percentage is like 37 or something.
It's incredible what he's put together.
Just
here.
amazing. And like great goals. I mean, the second goal he flicked Slavin's stick away and then got his hand back on his own stick to tuck the puck in. I think it's a great series. I realize for a lot of people, the markets and here in Edmonton,
the pain.
There's pain from both of these franchises.
Sure.
But I think it's an incredible series, and the coaching matchup to me is compelling. You know, because Tortorella is Tortorella, and we're going to talk about him on my show.
A guy you like in Rod Brindamore, a guy you don't like. Did you say you're going to torch him on your show?
No, I said we're going to talk about him.
Oh, okay. I was getting excited there.
And like just that challenge. Like when I was watching that last night, I thought that's a goal, and then I was watching it again today. I was like, well, maybe that is goalie interference.
Yeah.
And why didn't the ref just say, "Oh, the play was dead.
Right.
Forget about it."
What was his reasoning? I lost sight. Is that what he said?
No, he was waved off for goalie interference.
Okay.
So then Tortorella challenged that there wasn't goalie interference, which I don't mind making that challenge. I know they got a power play goal, but you got to trust your team to kill it off.
Right.
And if you're right, if you win the challenge, you have the lead in the game.
That's right.
But just like everything in that third period, I think it's been a highly entertaining series. I mean, it's great, high tempo hockey. I think we're starting to now see a little more anger seep into it with the scrums and stuff like that. So yeah, it's fun to watch. Now tomorrow, my focus is on the Elks.
As it should be.
That will be the primary thing. I will flip to the Stanley Cup Final game and then watch it after. Then I'll focus fully on it. And I have to admit, Thursday, Game 5, I'm going to Disclosure Day.
That's going to be a tremendous film.
I hope so.
I'm
going to find out.
I had Ticats Als on the TV in my living room, and I had Canes Kings on the laptop.
Oh, good. Good man.
And I'm not going to lie to you, both were highly entertaining games.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of flipping. I was focusing on the hockey game, and then I even got to catch the Blue Jays top of the ninth when they put it away.
How did that team do?
They won 7-2.
Good
and
for Toronto's team.
They were up 3-2, and they got 4 in the top of the ninth.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are they bouncing back? Are they rounding into form?
I don't know, because they'd done better, and then they lost 4 in a row, and then they won yesterday. So we'll see.
I have been playing MLB The Show, as I've told you.
Great video game. I don't
like
play
video games
anymore, but that's to me, that's the best sports video game series in my mind.
It is wonderful, and I'm glad I picked it up. And they have the be a pro mode, like Road to the Show, it's called.
Yeah.
I got called up. Tommy Gazzola played 2.5 years in AA ball.
Jeez. And do you have to play every at bat in AA ball?
Every at bat, and then whatever. When you're in the, he's a shortstop, so you have to any play that might involve you in the field.
That's
you have
hard
to take part.
Fielding's hard.
You have to do the base running. You get used to it.
Okay.
Anyway, I love this format of the game. I don't play the standard games. I will eventually, but after 2.5 seasons with Amarillo of AA Texas League ball, Tommy Gazzola got the call up to the Reno Aces.
Oh, you're not even in the majors yet.
No. And
how do you do this?
Went on an absolute tear in like 25 games in AAA, and then got called up at 12:30 last night to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Made his MLB debut against the Pittsburgh Pirates and went 2 for 3 with an RBI.
Oh, good man, Tom.
Yeah, in his MLB.
And did you play shortstop?
I did.
Jeez.
Tommy Gazzola did. And I like how you have to call the GM. The GM talks to you, the coach talks to you, you have to talk to your agent, and they're like, we're going to give you the rest of this season to show if you're ready to play in the majors next year. And they give you goals. The analytics department gives you goals, and I'm just like, let's go. I was hanging on, no energy left in the tank, and I played that first game, and it was wonderful. So great game.
Wow, good for you, buddy.
What game did you say you were going to pick up that I also will get?
Well, I'm not going to pick it up because I don't have a console.
I thought you said you were going to get a console.
No, I'm not going to get a console. With the Wolverine game,
yeah.
You told me that was coming out, and I like Wolverine the character. But,
great character.
Yeah, I wouldn't get a video game system for one game that I may or may not. I'd probably finish it.
Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out.
See, I wouldn't play that.
Oh, looks awesome.
I got too many board game projects and cards and dice, sports games to play, and TV shows to watch, movies to watch, and just other life to live, Tom.
And there's only so many hours in a day.
There aren't enough hours in the day for me to fritter them away with my hobbies.
Excellent use of fritter. All right, Coob has slid into the technical desk wearing a very patriotic hoodie. I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm. The old...
Good pickup.
I don't know which hoodie this is. Is this like I don't know what tournament this
is.
Late
80s, early 90s.
Yeah, the hockey sticker
Hockey Canada logo.
Yeah.
Reid, you know better.
Yeah, I thought that was like a World Junior one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's pretty smooth. Nice. Well, I found it at Goodwill.
Great pickup.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
What's coming up? What's coming up?
Just of note, GTA 6 is going to be fantastic. I'm taking work off to play the game. I'm waiting to see...
Won't that take you several months to finish it?
Oh, no, I'll just binge it the entire time. I will
Don't
be
make promises you can't
time.
keep, Coop.
Well, I can keep these ones. No, I'm just going to play 24 hours a day, no sleep, caffeine. It's going to be great. But the upcoming show is going to be great as well. We'll get to the Elks depth chart for week 1. They're out in Ottawa to face the Red Blacks. Andrew Hoskins from the Turf District will be popping by at 1:20, 1:40. Hernan and myself got Zach to the future. He'll be testing me with all kinds of trivia, sports, music, movies, whatever. Stay tuned for that. I need 50% to pass, and I pass with
Coop,
flying
that's
colors.
Generally how it works to pass.
Well, yes, but no, for this one, there's no leeway at all.
Okay.
So that's going to be good for sure. And we got the Screw It, Let's Do It parlay as well. And can't forget Mark Majot at 2:20 to talk all things NBA Finals. We'll discuss Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final as well. Just all things sports, man.
Wunderbar.
Wunderbar.
Very good. I like it. Tomorrow, Hello Hockey, live on location. Local South Edmonton Common. Come say hi to Belzy and myself. Great vibe there. Lots of delicious brunch items, and we'll have all the latest news around the hockey world on that fine program. Riedrich, great stuff as always, my friend.
Yeah.
I like working with you.
Like working with you.
It's been a pleasure.
3 to 6. Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. Jed Roberts today.
I like that guy. He's awesome. That's going to do it for the Oil Stream presented by Boston Pizza. I'm Tom. He's Reid. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend. Ciao for now.